when the attack on October 7th in Israel happened from Hamas, what was your reaction to that?
Let's wait and see what happened. Well, it was my first reaction. My second reaction was, how the hell did the Israelis not know this was going to happen? And I'm still a little bit down that rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. I mean, didn't the Israeli army in those 10 or 11 camps hear the bangs when they blew up whatever they had to blow up to get across the border? Mm-hmm. There's something very fishy about that.
Do you think what Hamas did on October 7th can be justified?
Well, we don't know what they did do, but was it justified for them to resist the occupation? Yeah. But again, it's what you said, it's the Geneva Conventions. They're absolutely legally and morally bound to resist the occupation since 1967. It's an obligation.
But are there limits on the way in which they can resist?
As I said in the statement that I put out after it, I said, if war crimes were committed, I condemn them.
Do you think there's been evidence that's emerged that suggests they committed those?
There may have been individuals. I was reading a news story this morning, which Grey Zone, our friend Max Blumenthal. So there's a long story which I read this morning, but Haaretz have finally come out with figures of how many people were actually killed and who they were.
On that day,
On that day, yeah. And so probably the first 400 were Israeli military personnel. That is not a war crime.
No, but what about targeting civilians or abducting them?
No, of course not. No, right. Of course I don't condone that. But the thing was thrown out of all proportion by the Israelis making up stories about beheading babies.